Hey guys, welcome to Marvel Multiverse Storytime featuring Heroclix, where I open a blind booster of Heroclix and using just the figures that I get in that booster, I come up with a mission to put my Marvel Multiverse role-playing game players through. And today we're opening another booster of Wheels of Vengeance. I have a feeling this time there's some broken pieces in there, but let's get into it. So if you're familiar with the Wheels of Vengeance Heroclix set, immediately red flag is going to be going off. So a bit of background, I actually bought this booster of Wheels of Vengeance from Salvation Army, secondhand store. So obviously, whoever sold this booster to the Salvation Army opened it, pulled out the character they wanted, and replaced it with a character from a different set. Now, I guess that's what you get when you buy Heroclix on the cheap in a secondhand store. So let's just run with what we've got. So the first character we've got is Vampire Jubilee. Now she kind of fits the theme of Wheels of Vengeance, supernatural set, but she's not actually from this set. She didn't come with a base. The base is broken off, so I don't know exactly which set she's from. But that's our first character, Jubilee Vampire. Robbie Reyes, Elsa Bloodstone, who was also broken off her base, so I was right about that. And the Rawhide Kid. So what adventure would I come up with using just these four characters? I'm glad you asked. So seeing as the trust of of buying Heroclix has been broken with this booster, I'm going to break my own rules with this one. Meaning I'm going to be bringing in some other miniatures outside of this actual booster to fill out this story. So when I look at this collection of characters, being very time displaced and variant versions of characters, I think about one of my favorite time travel comics, Bebop and Rocksteady Destroy Everything, where it's just a fun romp of an adventure where Bebop and Rocksteady go through time and cause all sorts of shenanigans. So I'm going to do a similar thing with this, but I'm going to take a little bit more of a serious edge to it. So the adventure is going to start with my players sitting around in their headquarters doing whatever it is they do between adventures again, and out of nowhere, Elsa Bloodstone materializes. She starts talking about, where's Robbie? Where's Robbie? I've got to kill Robbie. Before she really looks at her surroundings, and then she says, crap, this isn't 2013. And then suddenly dematerializes again. And then I would have my players involuntarily sucked into the time-space vortex. And they're going to end up in the Wild West, face to face with the Rawhide Kid. But what they're going to do is they're going to befriend the Rawhide Kid, ask Rawhide Kid if he's seen any temporal vortexes around or whatever, and just coincidentally, he will lead them to exactly what they need to continue on this time adventure. Now, along the way of this entire adventure, I will have my players continue to roll vigilance checks, logic checks, to try and figure out what exactly Elsa Bloodstone was talking about this Robbie character in 2013. And then having traveled through the time vortex again, they find themselves in a post-apocalyptic future where vampires have taken over the human race, and they come face to face with Vampire Jubilee, who begs for their help. Jubilee explains that her family of vampires are in preparation for a war against the werewolves, and she needs my players to help them survive. So my players would find themselves in the middle of a massive, violent grudge match between the vampires and the werewolves. And once my players help the vampires to survive, Jubilee happily leads them to the temporal vortex to get them to the next chapter of their adventure. With the continued vigilance and logic checks that I have my players roll throughout this adventure, hopefully they've figured out by now that the Robbie from 2013 that Elsa is trying to find is actually Robbie Reyes, and 2013 was actually before he became the Ghost Rider. And this is when my heroes finally arrive in 2013 and discover that Elsa Bloodstone has gone back in time to kill Ghost Rider before he actually becomes Ghost Rider. So it's up to my players to try and stop the assassination, save the life of young Robbie Rees. So that's the adventure I would come up with using these characters and a bunch of my Horrorclix. I hope you liked the adventure, guys. It was a lot of fun to come up with. I'll be back soon with another one. Be good to each other.